Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Bday 44. So it seems like the theme of the day is respect, in a good way. I'm feeling respect for certain things. I felt respect this morning for JaVale McGee and his mother, and I made a video about that. And I'm feeling respect for uh, Dennis Schroeder right now. And I've made a lot of videos, whole lot of videos describing Dennis Schroeder's situation as it pertained to my point of view from afar. Of course, I ain't nobody. I'm just a guy watching the situation. But you know, I always said, and I still say, that from what I was able to see, if I were just to tune out the noise of all of the people who were speaking about his situation, including myself, and just pay attention to what is being described from the player or talked about from the player, he's been A1. Everything he said has been professional. Everything he displayed on his IG has been in good faith or in good taste. He didn't express any frustration or even subliminally send any energy of frustration to the public, knowing that there would be a lot of room to feel that. And then today, man, on his birthday, happy birthday, Dennis Schroeder, he decided to put up a thread. 10 pictures, half of them being memes making fun of himself and his situation, saying, all right, everybody, in the caption, get your jokes off. It's my birthday now. Let's get this over with because I don't want to hear this all year. For him to be able to laugh this off, for him to be able to absorb whatever come his way, and I looked in the comments, it wasn't no negativity. This is the type of thing that we're talking about here. Same thing with JaVale McGee. Sometimes it's just like you can play your value down, but you can also make people respect you in the process of that. JaVale, did he do some things on the court that made it so that it was easy to make fun of him? Those things occurred. But did he come back around and say, yo, it's gotten too far, I respect myself, and I demand my respect as well? Yes, he did, and we've given it to him since. He has it here. Dennis Schroeder, same thing, man. When you say, okay, this is my situation, what you gonna do? Say what you gonna say. Let's get it out the way. I absorb it, I own it, I can laugh at myself. That's when you really earn my respect as it pertains to stuff like this. Because it's hard to face mistakes, especially as it pertains to you misdiagnosing. I don't know the real word for that, I'm sorry, but just misinterpreting your value. And then having to take the loss that comes with that, and then having people lowball you in negotiations because of it. And then have to go back to a locker room, trying to get back to a Laker locker room. They already out on you when they were offering you. Well, the situation. I'm not trying to harp on that. The point is, he's bounced back very strong from that. He absorbed his loss, which is something I've been thinking a lot about and meditating on in my personal space. Being able to absorb losses, being able to take pain, being able to stand in whatever the truth may be for that moment, whether it be super horrible or super great, and not get too high or too low. Like Melo say, stay mellow. You know what I mean? That's what I've been praying about and thinking about, and that theme has been reoccurring this morning as well, man. So just to get back to Dennis Smith Jr., excuse me, not Dennis Smith Jr., Dennis Schroeder. Sorry about that. I just felt that he did what he needed to do to kind of set himself on the path to raise his value and have people rooting for him again. That's what I wanted to see Dennis do. That's what I want to see other guys do if they find themselves in situations like this. Just give us a reason to appreciate you once again. Whatever happened. That was yesterday. The calendar now says a different date. Let's do different things. And Dennis Schroeder has found himself in a position to where he could laugh about this. His birthday came around. He still got $6 million. I wish somebody would laugh at me for getting $6 million. You feel me? So let's keep it all in perspective as well. He can play his value up this season, especially since he's already starting off doing the right things as far as I can tell. He can play his value up this season, get into that Boston locker room, earn his respect in that locker room, and play his value up. And I'm telling y'all right now, I am rooting for this man. I'm rooting for him to get every coin he wants. I don't give a damn if it's way above his value. At this point, I want to see him play it up, because this is the type of thing that I can get behind. When you take a loss, you suffer that loss, you take what come with it, you don't pout about it, you don't sit there and blame other people for what happened, you don't sit here and look at the environment and say, well, woe is me, let's get down. You get to work, you laugh it off, you absorb that, you cry it out, whatever you have to do, cry it out, whatever the word would be, get that out your system and move on. Use it to fuel you to be better. What made Dennis Schroeder as good as he is, and I said this in a previous video, and what makes everybody as good as they are when they get to that particular type of level, is belief in oneself. And sometimes that belief in oneself can betray us because sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees as it pertains to what our value is. Maybe we don't understand the lay of the land and how that works. As Carmelo Anthony mentioned, that he didn't really understand the business of basketball. He was just the face of a team and was going out there doing what it is he was expected to do and expected to be treated the same way throughout until he learned the business of basketball, and that helped him have a better scope of what it is his position was, his value is, and how he can contribute to take back his narrative. Dennis Schroeder's just the same. The reality is, he didn't know what he needed to know to make the right decision for himself. It was just a lack of information, a lack of understanding of the business of basketball and as it pertains to how to truly understand your value and why things are the way they are. Once you have that context for whatever it is that your situation is, once you understand what you're actually in, then you can do the things that help yourself. But if you come in not knowing that you need context, bringing your confidence with you from past successes and bringing it into an environment that you don't know, if you don't ask the right questions, you could find yourself in the middle of a bad situation. Standing there with all of your confidence and all of your self-respect, but making all the wrong moves and ultimately getting the wrong reaction or the wrong circumstances coming your way because of it. That's all I saw there. Had he been schooled properly, maybe it was his fault not getting that information, listening to people around him, maybe it was the people around him, a little bit of combination of both, who knows. But it wasn't like he was just sitting up here saying, okay, I don't give a damn about what it is I'm doing. Just give me my money. And I don't care how much I'm worth. You just give me my money and I want everything. And it's not like that. It's just that you have to learn certain things to understand what you're involved in. And then you can have the right scope to know what to ask for. And then at that point, that's all Schröder needed. So I think he has that now. I think this has taught him a lot. I think he's going to probably be a much better businessman going forward because of this mistake. He would probably make way more money in his future in other situations because now he's been burnt by bad value circumstances early in his life. And I'm telling you, those type of things can be helpful. No type of losses, they help. So I'm rooting for Dennis. I'm rooting for him. Not Dennis. I don't know why I keep calling him. It's Dennis. Yeah, Dennis Smith Jr., Dennis Schröder. Got it. Dennis. I'm rooting for Dennis because at the end of the day, he didn't do anything to make me root against it. He was just mistaken in his confidence. And that's okay. You dig? That's okay. Especially when you're in your 20s. And your focus is what it is that you're doing. Not necessarily what it is that everybody else is doing. As it pertains to your business, as it pertains to how you get to certain teams, how things work, salary caps and all that. That stuff is important to me because I like that kind of stuff. But I can imagine a basketball player who's solely focused on being the best basketball player doesn't really look into that kind of stuff too much. Doesn't really care too much for that. He has agents and people around him that handle that kind of stuff. But it's very important that basketball players look at that part of the game too, as a part of the game. It's not just about shooting and dribbling and running. You got to know this game too, and play that game too. And I think that guys like LeBron James and various basketball players and other athletes are showing us that, maybe bumping their heads in some cases. They're showing us that. And the next generation will be better at it. It's going to be less Dennis Schroeder's and Ben Simmons ahead than what's behind us because all of this is available for all of us to learn from and discuss. And that's what I love about the era we're in. Dennis Schröder showed us something on IG in real time that I can respect and talk about in real time. What a blessed time to be in live. So that's what I got, man. Happy birthday once again, Dennis Schröder. Shout out to everybody I mentioned in this video. And I just want to encourage everybody to continue to seek context. That's what I'll leave you with. Seek context. It's not enough to have that confidence. It's not enough to bring your knowledge of other stuff to this situation. That's not enough. You need to know what you're in. What makes this machine that I've walked into tick. That will determine what I need to do in order to get the most out of my circumstances here. And in the NBA, you better know something about the salary cap. You better know something about negotiation tactics. You better know something about stuff like that. Or else you're going to be taken advantage of. It's that simple. My name is Bday 44. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out.